Hey there YouTube, Elite Legionarii here, bringing you a 1 vs 1 for Rome 2 Total War. This time in the desert, I'll be commanding Pontus, my opponent is the Arverni. So, I have a terrain disadvantage. I've got to go uphill off the start, which is kind of not what I wanted, but it's just the way it goes. So out here on the far right, I have 6 units of Pontic Royal Cavalry. I usually go with a big horde of these guys when I use Pontus. I think they're a very good shock cavalry unit. They're up there with, I think they've got the same stats as companions actually. So they're very, very good. I really like the way they look. Purple and gold capes, it just looks really cool. And black capes, I really like the way they look. One of my favourite shock cav. Not even though a lot of them are pretty much the same. I have 6 units of these hoplites, so I don't have very powerful infantry, but my idea here was to use my infantry to storm my opponent, while my cavalry and these 2 chariots I've got here, side chariots, won me the battle. And out here I've got 3 units of mercenary Scythian horse archers, and I wanted their heavy shot, which I think they have heavy shot. Yes, they have heavy shot, so I wanted them to kind of thin them out because I knew I'd be up against Oathsworn. Where are they? I know there are Oathsworn here somewhere. Here we go. Yeah, my opponent's got 2 Oathsworn. No, he's not. He's got 4 Oathsworn, sorry. And then, unfortunately for me, 5 Spear Nobles, and then a bunch of Celtic Slingers. I think there's 5 of them. His army is actually extremely well designed to counter my army. Whether that was by chance, I don't know, or he just anticipated it. He's also got 3 units of Light Horse, so unfortunately my mercenary Scythian horse archers are having a hard time here. I broke one of them off and I'm taking flank shots at him, and I am thinning out quite a lot of his horses here. If they could slow down at any point. This unit's... I wonder if I could just go to slow motion. And no, why won't let me do that? Yeah, this unit's down to like 30. The one's at... hold on. 58, that one's pretty much full, that one's 56, but this one's down to 31. I did manage to catch one, but unfortunately for me, the fact that he had these light horse was a bit of a problem, because I couldn't really use my horse archers very effectively. I'm sorry about these black spots, I don't know why it's so bad in this particular replay. And because he's got 5 Spear Nobles, it means he's got a really good counter to my heavy cav spam. And the fact he's got Oathsworn just means that he's got a hell of a hard infantry corps that's going to defeat me. I was hoping he'd have more of those though, and less of those spears. So even though I get a really good encirclement on these Oathsworn, it means very little, because they're just going to absolutely destroy my dudes. I don't know what went on there. I was trying to get a zoom on the Oathsworn, but for some reason I got a zoom on the cav, and my god, that black spot's really bad this game. I'm sorry about that, guys. It doesn't usually happen that badly. Even with this encirclement, I'm just getting absolutely creamed in that fight. I thought they'd last a bit longer than they did, to be honest. I used my horse archers here to run off his slingers though, which is useful. And I managed to destroy his cavalry with my Pontic Royal Cav, which worked well. And man, that is really annoying. And I get a couple of good charges here, although my own guys are probably actually slowing that charge up. And I was trying to break these Oathsworn, but they just don't break. It's quite frustrating. And now he brings in his Spear Nobles. I'm just trying to keep them out of the fight, because I know I can't defeat those. I was hoping to pin down... Basically what I was hoping is he'd bring a large, probably about say 6 Oathsworn, kind of the typical Oathsworn and Noble Horse kind of build, because I was confident I'd be able to build his Noble Horse with my Pontic Royal Cavalry, getting good charges. That Noble Horse are much easier to defeat now in these more recent patch. And I was going to use my chariots to rip up the formation from the back. It was very effective. Chariots are actually quite deadly now that they've been patched up. But my hoplites, I at no point expected anything other than defeat out of them, but I figured that they'd hold them for a long time. And they have done pretty well. I send my chariots in, but he's going to block it. I wanted to get my chariots into here. And I mean, chariots are really effective because they tear up enemies' formations badly, and then you get a charge on the cav and it breaks them real bad. But I don't know why I did this. I just got myself stuck in a stupid fight there. That was a real waste of them, because trust me, chariots are really quite effective now. Here I get a good rear charge though with trample activated, so I should get a pretty nasty charge into the back of them there. And as you can see, that really did take that unit down. They took about 340 men out of that unit, I think. Unfortunately though, I'm going to get completely smashed by these Spear Nobles in the flank. And trust me, Spear Nobles are not just good against cav, they're good against melee infantry units as well. So my hoplites are not going to do great. My Pontic Royal Cav do well in this fight though. They do a very good job in it. And I got heavy shot. I'm sure these guys have got heavy shot. They might not. Yeah, they might not actually. I can't remember. Well, I might be using whistling shot. I got some special shot going on. So I get a pretty good charge there, but they are spears, so you know it's not great. But I'm kind of getting encirclements here. So there's some more charges. I mean, and Pontic Royal Cav are fantastic charging cav. It's a good shot cav. And I do pretty well. I start to rout this unit here. However, he's bringing in 2 extra Oathsworn, and that's just too much, if you know what I mean. I might have been able to seriously cripple a lot of these guys, but I doubt it. Because I just don't have the infantry anymore. I believe I'm using Pontic Royal Cav to try and hold them, and then trying to get charged with the others, which is just a losing battle against spears, obviously. But I do get some pretty nice charge, because I'm getting flank and rear charges, so I wouldn't charge them frontal, because I'll get creamed. But he just, to be honest, I think it was just the way his build was. I don't know, he built pretty much all the right units to counter my build, and that's just kind of chance. You can, he had the light cav to counter my mercenary Scythian horse archers. He had the spear nobles to stop my Pontic Royal Cav, and just enough Oathsworn to hold up my hoplites. I just didn't have the build. He had a very good counter to my build. I was hoping that he would have perhaps 6 or 7 Oathsworn. Because I know I could hold them and then they get lots of good charges with my Pontic Royal Cav, and I know that my Pontic Royal Cav could beat Noble Horse. I know they can, because they've got that fantastic charge, and Shock Cavalry is, in my opinion, definitely better than melee cavalry as of patch 1.5. And I'd be able to destroy those, and then I could have used them in conjunction with the chariots to rout the Oathsworn. But I get a good charge on the back of these Oathsworn here, and dish out quite a bit of damage. I mean, my Pontic Royal Cav do rack up a very high number of kills in this game, if I remember. Most of them, I think only a couple of them got quite low kills, but most of them got fairly high kills by the end of it. But he just had the right build. If you look over here, his Oathsworn just devastated my hoplites, and I knew they would, but because he had those spear nobles, I just couldn't put my cav into it, because I knew they'd outflank me. And no matter how much I try and do my best here to try and rip them apart, my Pontic Royal Cav it's just these spear nobles and Oathsworn are just too tough for them. Even though I get fantastically good amount of charges and I get a lot of kills as a result, I believe my Pontic Royal Cav got probably 60 to 65% of the kills. Maybe probably about 70% of the kills in this fight. If I could show you the stats, I would. But I'm about to break here. And unfortunately that's the end of me, but good game to my opponent. His build was just right to stop my build basically, and that's kind of down to chance. You cannot predict build. Sometimes you've got the right build, sometimes you don't. You get an idea, you have a strategy in mind, but sometimes the enemy has like the perfect army to stop it, and this was one of those cases. He had the right army, so I don't lose that one, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. And I really like Pontus. I love their Royal Cav, and they're a fun faction. And I'm enjoying them, and I'm enjoying Rome 2 in general. I'm really enjoying it now. I'm starting to sort of understand it more, and it's just a lot of fun to play. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this one. Another loss, but the leader shall come back. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon next time.